Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I am back with one of my favourite videos to watch. I have a few favourites, but this is one of them. And it is the top 10 value for money bags, in my opinion, at this time. Now this will obviously change because different bags come out in different price points and things go up and things don't really go down. So this will change with time. But at the minute, I have taken a look at the bags that are on the market, readily available, most of them for sale, and these are the top 10 that I think are value for money. I love watching these videos. Isabel has done this video, Just Lou has done this video, Cassie Thorpe has done this video, Viv has done this video, lots of people do this video, but I think that it is a really popular video for good reason because it gives our insight, having owned some of these bags, what are 10 bags that we think would represent value for money. So I hope this is useful, I hope you enjoy it, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Number one on my list, and this is in no particular order, this is just the top 10 bags that I think are value for money at the minute with what's out and about on the market. And number one is a bag I came across whenever I was looking for the bags to do Irene and Gwenny's tag, which was the bags I would buy for a $5,000 budget, and it is the YSL Shopping Bag. When I came across this bag, I was actually pretty blown away by it. It is £865. It is a leather tote which would kind of fill the role that my Neverfull does. It would be able to take my laptop, files, books, that sort of thing. And it also comes with a detachable pouch inside, much like the Neverfull, but for a more reasonable price and in a leather version, which at £865. The pouch is detachable, so that's further value for money. You can use that as an extra SLG. It means you won't have to buy a separate pouch. You can use it inside the tote it comes with for valuables, but you can also take it off, carry it about for if you're just running into the shop or with your receipts or anything in it. I think that bag at £865 is absolutely coming in on my best value for money bags. Number two has got to be the Nano Speedy. Now, I know this can be difficult to get, and I suppose this is the Nano Speedy if you can purchase this bag at retail. Couldn't, and I couldn't wait for it, and I was impatient, and I paid a reseller for this bag, and it's a regret to this day. I don't regret having the bag, but I regret not just waiting and reaching out to my SA and waiting for the bag to come. You live and learn, you live and learn. But if you can get this bag at retail, this bag currently retails for £830. And this bag, I have a video on this bag, which I will link somewhere, which is giving an insight into what this holds. It really is a little black hole. This bag can carry so much. It is just a black hole in there, but what you can fit in, it's deceptive. You can fit in so much more than what you would think if you just look at this bag. It does have the little top handles, although this is not detachable. That would make this better, I suppose. No, it would not, I suppose. It would make this better if this was detachable and adjustable. It isn't, so it means you're always going to have this strap hanging from it, but it does have these little top handles and it can be worn crossbody with the strap. Now, if we look at the alternatives to this, which in my collection are these two, it is the multi-pochette and it is the, I've just dropped the Nano Speedy. In my collection, the alternatives are the Palm Springs Mini and the multi-pochette. Now, both of these are around about £1,500 and the Nano Speedy is $830. Now, I get that this one certainly holds more. The Nano Speedy holds more than you think. This might hold slightly more, but there wouldn't be a big difference. Now, obviously, this has the detachable strap, which is adjustable. It does have the coin purse that can hang off the strap if that doesn't work for me, but it works for some people. And it does have this chain detail. And don't get me wrong, I love this bag and I can see the details in it which give the extra price. But if you're looking for a value for money, monogram, crossbody everyday type bag that holds a decent amount for a mini bag, the Nano Speedy at £830 has got to be coming in there at value for money. This one is close to £1,500 now. This I think is £1,500. Yes, this holds more. Yes, there's more detail on it because it's the backpack and you can wear it crossbody or you can wear it different ways. But I think, let me rescue the bag. Now that she's back with us, I think this little one coming in at $830 definitely has got to be value for money. And I love these, but there's nearly £700 difference. That is a lot of money. Okay, now that I've got my rant out of me about the price of the Nano Speedy versus the other two, number 3 on my top 10 current best value for money bags is YSL Small Lulu. And I have said this before, I mentioned this also in the $5,000 tag. I had this bag, but when I bought this bag, I wanted this one. I wanted the Chanel 19, which is a huge amount more expensive than the YSL Small Lulu. But in my opinion, it's the same type of bag. Now, the Lulu maybe sits out a little bit more, but they have the same type of crossbody look. They have the same type of, they hold the same sort of amount. For me, in my collection, they both did the same type of thing. I wanted this, but this expensive. This V expensive. So I decided I would get the YSL Small Lulu instead, and I have lectured in many of my videos about buying the instead of bag, because for me, when I bought the YSL Small Lulu, I still wanted this, but this was hugely more expensive, but I bought it in the end, and then I had both, and then I sold the Small Lulu. But for the Small Lulu, if this is not something that you want, or this is too much money to spend on a bag for most sensible people, then the YSL Small Lulu is a great option. It's a fabulous leather bag. The leather on it was so soft and so buttery and so beautiful. I did have it in the silver hardware. I think I would have preferred the gold, but it does come in a good array of colours. It can be worn crossbody. It can be doubled up on the chain and worn on your shoulder. It holds quite a lot of money, and I think as an everyday type leather bag, it is a really good value for money option in a really good quality leather. It's well made. There's a lot of space inside, and I think it's a really strong option, and it at the minute is coming in at £1,645, which is still a lot of money for a bag, but for a designer full leather bag, I actually think is strong value for money. Number 4, and I'm sticking with YSL. This is the third YSL bag on this list, which just does go to show that I personally think that YSL bags are good value for money. I think that they are well made, and I just think that they're strong contenders if you're in that sort of price range looking for a bag, and that I think you'll get a really good designer bag for that sort of money. Now, I don't have this next bag that I am talking about. I have this version of it, which again, hugely more expensive because I crazy. This is the Chanel camera bag, and I bought this one because I fell in love with these Chanel charms. This was Laura, my good friend Laura, had inspired this purchase because I adored her reissue in it. But there is the version in this of the YSL Mini Lou camera bag, and I think it is a fabulous, fabulous option. It's also similar to the Gucci Soho Disco bag, which I also really like. I love Gwenny's red one. I did also love the orange one that she had and sold because I loved the colour. But the YSL Mini Lulu, I think I probably am coming down on it for value for money because it's currently coming in at £945. To be honest, I would probably put the Gucci, scrap that. Put this as either the YSL Mini Lou camera bag or the Gucci Soho Disco bag. Both of them, I think, are really good options for a camera bag type option. Doesn't cost what that costs, but still really fabulous bags. I think the YSL version, I personally, if I could speak, like the metal YSL logo on the middle of the YSL version, which is why I was probably coming down on that in the first place. They are both really good quality leather bags. They are both, for designer type bags, reasonably priced. The Mini Lou, because it's mini, is, as I say, £945, which for designer is good value for money. Does the same job as this. Very easy to wear crossbody. Fills a lot of options in my wardrobe anyway of things that I would need. An easy to wear light crossbody bag. And I think number 4, absolutely good value for money. 5. Now this is expensive, but this video isn't on handbags under a certain price, which I will do. This is on what I think is value for money, and it has to be the Chanel Mini. I adore these. Really? Couldn't have worked that out. I do adore these. Now they're around about at the minute for the rectangle mini. If you can get your hands on one retail, I think are they around 3,300, 3,400. But it is a classic shaped Chanel bag. Now it's not a classic bag because a classic flap bag because it doesn't have the double flap. It's the one inside. It doesn't have the 4 grommets. It has 2 on the mini, so it is a crossbody bag. Actually, let's include this as well because I adore this bag. This is the other version of it, which is the Chanel Mini reissue. And the good thing about the mini reissue is that it has the 4 grommets. So it can be doubled up and worn like this, as well as extended and worn crossbody. These, I think, for Chanel are fabulous bags. They are a good price point for Chanel. Now, I'm not saying that they're a good price point for a handbag. They're very expensive. They're very expensive. They're for crazy people. But they're fabulous bags. They are quintessentially Chanel. The shape of them is Chanel. I personally get a huge amount of wear out of them. They are quite sought after, so you do need to move quickly whenever they come into the boutique. But when we look at other Chanel bag prices, I can see in front of me, two secs just happened to be sitting on my desk. This is the classic flap, which is now over £5,000, I believe. So you're still getting, if we put down the reissue, and you're still getting the same type of Chanel look, but for between £1,500 to £2,000 less than this one. This obviously is a mini, it holds less, it doesn't have the double flap inside, but to be honest with you, this is the medium. They don't hold a huge amount. There is not a huge difference between this and this. Obviously this holds more, but it's not a huge difference. And this one is crossbody. I personally think these are good value for money for Chanel. For Chanel bags, I think that they are. I also think that the mini reissue is that we have just set down, and it's very similar idea to this. I also think just on Chanel, although I'm not going to give a, well, I can grab one because it's right behind me, but I also think where you can also get some decent value for money Chanel bags are on their seasonal bags. This was a seasonal bucket bag, so the seasonal bag, it is a little bit, the hardware is a bit thinner, the chain will be a bit thinner. They are generally more reasonably priced than what the classic lines are. I know that Classics with a Quirk got a fabulous navy Chanel bag that's very like a classic flap and was much more reasonably priced than the classic flap. So if you are looking at a Chanel bag, either the mini, which I personally do think is good value for money, or take a look at the seasonal bags. Obviously don't buy one just because it's Chanel. It has to be the type of bag and the style that you were looking for and that you want, but you can get better value for money in Chanel on the seasonal bags than with the classics. Number 6, and I'm new to this brand and this is Dale's fault, and it is the Fendi Moncler. I love her. I love her because of her print. She also comes in a shearling type bag, which was on my fashion file wish list. I think I had it linked down below. I really wanted it because of the fabric, the shearling. It was like, oh, it was so cute. But I bought a lot. Skip past. But I think these are really good value for money. Again, they are mini type bags, but this top handle is detachable. There is also a crossbody strap, which is detachable, and you can wear it then with one or the other. You get both looks, and they are leather bags. And these currently are coming in at around about £1,350. There were different prices on the website for different fabrics. There were a couple of fabrics that were a little bit less than that. There were a couple that were a little bit more expensive, but they were around about £1,350. And for a leather bag that can go crossbody, can go top handle, holds enough for a mini bag. It is a mini bag, but it holds a decent amount. I don't carry a huge amount on a daily basis if it's not for work. So it holds everything I need it to hold. I think you can get the option of fabric colours, or fabulous prints. You can get something out of the ordinary without going to the price of, say, I can just see this metallic reissue in the background, which obviously has a fabulous print and a fabulous colour, but is at a much higher price point, whereas you're getting options on this I think that are good value for money. Number 7, and this bag has went up in price a few times since I originally bought it, and it is the Louis Vuitton Twist, and this is in the PM version, which is the smaller one. I also have the MM, and I think for me now personally it's probably a little bit too big, but this in the PM, which again holds a decent amount as a smaller bag, holds everything I need it to hold, but I think this is a fabulous bag. It is a full leather Louis Vuitton bag. It has the soft nubuck suede type interior. It comes with that little mirror, you can see. It has this LV clasp on it. It can be doubled up and worn this way for a little bit of a dressier look. It can be extended and worn crossbody, which is how I generally wear it mostly. It is currently coming in at £2,620, which I know is a lot of money for a handbag, but I actually think for a Louis Vuitton full leather bag, it is quality, it is good quality, and it is good value for money. I have had a huge amount of wear out of this bag. I've shown before, you can actually see that there is a chip on the monogram. There is some colour transfer in the back, and it's because of how much I've worn this bag. And I have to say that at the price I paid for it, which I think was around about 2,200, now even up to 2,620, I still think this is value for money, and good value for money where the Louis Vuitton leather lines are coming in at. Number 8, and I actually don't have this bag, but I tried it on recently in Dublin, and it is the Louis Vuitton Easy Pouch on a strap, and it is in the light pink epi leather, and it's coming in at £1,020. I was very close to buying this whenever I had it on in Dublin, and it was in that Dublin vlog, which I will link somewhere. Very, very close to buying it. I loved the light pink. I loved how light it was and how easy it was to wear. I loved how it sat across me, crossbody. I loved the little chain details, so you can take the strap off it. You can have it crossbody with that strap. You can have it shorten that strap for your shoulder, and you can take that strap off altogether and use the little silver chain to hold it like this, or to have it dressier or under your arm as a clutch with the chain hanging. So I think for what you're getting with that bag as a Louis Vuitton leather bag, and epi leather I have in the twist and the and it's so good. It can withstand a storm. I think you're getting good value for money for there. It's quite like this, only it only has one pouch. So if you took this one off, although this is obviously canvas, it has the chain. It does have a strap that's not quite as maybe statement-y as this, but you're paying around about 1,500 for this, and you're paying 1,020 for that, and they're similar. It also reminds me of the Prada re-edition bag. Dale has the beautiful light pink one, and it's that type of idea, and it's also more reasonably priced than the Prada. So I do think that the Louis Vuitton Easy Pouch is value for money at the current prices and what's available at the minute, and it's a bag that I actually was very, very close to buying. It's a bag that I put in my hot bags that I wasn't going to buy. I hadn't seen it at that point, and I still didn't buy it, and I'm still not going to buy it. And for what I said in that video is I have too many bags that are very similar and very similar ideas, and I have this, which is a very similar idea. But I have to tell you, I'm very, very tempted, and I'm reluctant to say I will absolutely never buy it because it's so cute. It is so light, and I think it would just be so wearable. So that's coming in at number 8 on my good value for money bags. Number 9 is the Louis Vuitton double pouch. Now, I don't have this, but I'll put a picture in, and I know that Megan was looking at this bag. And when you look at the options of pouches now, Louis Vuitton are absolutely making it harder to buy pouches. I see poking out in the background here, we have the Louis Vuitton Toiletry 26, and it's been all over social media that this has been discontinued. I don't know if it's been discontinued for good. I would be shocked if it has. I think we'll probably see it coming back with either maybe leather or special edition or more expensive versions, because Louis Vuitton are trying to make it certainly harder to take pouches and wear them as bags. That's my thinking. The double pouch is a crossbody bag with 2 separate pouches that can have a slit down the middle. You can also slip things into. It has the double zips on either side, and it's coming in at £825. So for what is available at the minute, the pochette accessoire I couldn't find on the website. I don't know what's going on there. This being gone, the type of the multi-pochette and the price that's coming in at, I actually think the double pouch at £825 is a good value option for crossbody monogram pouches to be worn on an everyday basis. And when I say good value, of course I'm talking about in the context of luxury designer handbags, but I do think that's a value for money option to consider. Number 10. I told you all that I was scarred by Gucci whenever I was scammed on the Gucci Marmont, and the purple velvet beauty that I had turned out to be counterfeit, but I'm in love with this. Oh, look at her. Now, the colours speak to me. They absolutely speak to me. I adore colour, so this stands out for me. I'm twinsing with Dale with this, which I love because I love her. And I just think this is fab. And this super mini, now this is the smallest one. Mine has only just been unboxed in another video, so we still have the tag. It fits your phone, fits a card holder, fits my keys. That's all I really need on a daily basis. It's light, it's easy to wear. You can also take this strap off it and just use, there's a little chain inside, put your key on. You could take it off and use it as a clutch on a night time outfit, and I just think it's fabulous. And this was £750. Now, it is coated canvas. I appreciate it has leather trim around it. It is expensive, but those are mini. Like look at the Chanel minis, and I think they're value for money for Chanel, but this as a super mini option at £750, when you can take it off and also use it as a clutch, and it can really just add a pop. These come in, obviously this is the multicolour, the new Gucci collection. It came in the pink, I think, and it maybe also came in the green. They come in other colours as well. I think they come in leather versions as well, and I just think a good, very mini crossbody option at a good price point for luxury bags. I think good value for money, and I don't regret this at all. Absolutely love this bag. So those are my 10 at the minute options that I feel are good value for money, good quality for money, luxury designer bags. They're still obviously all very expensive. We are talking about this in the context of designer handbags. But for what you're getting for your money, for the alternatives that are out there, I think these 10 are good value for money. I hope they've given you some good food for thought, if I could speak. I hope they've given you some options to consider. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.